work. Still got more work to do, but I'm about to get a game of Madden in. Y'all know, but win. Oh, should I play with the Cowboys or the Commanders? The Commanders, fuck the Cowboys. Don't nobody like the Cowboys. After 3 hard rounds. Up next, we head to the lightweight division, and Nazim Sadikov was born in Russia but spent years as a child right here in Baku before moving to Brooklyn. Beyond the ties and the family that we've grown to last 11 fights and a dark horse, or as his nickname states, a dark wolf of the division. He takes on Nicholas Mota. A big 2024 has him back in the mix. That included a stunning knockout victory, moving to Thailand as him wearing a big smile.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders, next on Madden Football.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock. Ball teed up. Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're off and running from Landover.
You pay, man.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this case.
You need to pay me for what I'm doing. Motherfucker tripping.
Root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. Basic commentary. But sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked out by Frankie Louvu. And the Commanders get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Hawk 70, reload.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll pull his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That one gains 7. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Robinson on the inside give. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S.
Very great play by him.
And D linemen make their money with sacks. but you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal. It's now some hope as they take the field again.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Hand off to the back. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points.
Ready?
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Dragon 60.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Cowboys will take over with some excellent field position. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Yeah, here we go.
Off the play fake, it's Prescott. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. They get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak now from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Ryan Anger on that punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet. Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
It's taken in by Eckler. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And 4th and 4 coming up. So they bring Tressway back out there for another punt. Kevontae Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. He completes it in traffic. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. First and 10, Prescott. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? Yep. You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7.
I took him.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying with Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49.
You gotta move. You can't just block. You gotta go. Fuck out of there. That's my lie. Said he about to play possum with that nigga.
Another carry for Robinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here's Robinson. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Hey, a normal old stop on 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally. An impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Buys time. They're going to get to him, and what a shot!
Hey, pass interference, though.
And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
They got a free hit on Dak, though.
Working from the pistol, Prescott has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Thank you, Luvu, there for the tackle. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-3 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
Give their hands a little bit of attention. See if you can steer to give them. Nope.
Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Headed out right. He takes it himself. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Give now to the running back. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Gay's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And they take over down 10-3 following that score.
Ready?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Strike. Let go.
This is Robinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready?
Daniels throwing on third. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
To throw is Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Dak off the play fake. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
There was a window there for a moment. But boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
Play action, Prescott. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Damn.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
The first of 3 fighters from Azerbaijan tonight. And now look at tonight's plays and knockout moment brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. This was an incredible fight with an even better finish. Let's take a look. Elbows galore from Nazim Sadikov. Nicholas Moulter calls him on. His kicks, knees, elbows. Here's the finish. Ribs to the body. Left, right, comes upstairs. Moulter fires back. Sadikov just takes over.
Yeah, right.
Right hooks. For guts. Moulter goes unconscious. And the crowd goes wild. Wow. Unbelievable fight. Unbelievable fight. Unbelievable performance from Sadikov, especially with how bad he was hurt in that 1st round. To come back and put on a performance like that here in Azerbaijan in front of his home crowd where he was born. Unreal, man. There we go. Here we go now. John Wood, Ray Longo have a nice partnership. Marat Wallace, Willie, he's always enthusiastic, and especially for his teammate tonight. The unbeaten streak is now 12 for the rising Black Wolf, Nazim Sadikov. We'll make it official and hear from him when we come back.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
From the gun is Prescott. He fires one deep down the right sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Prescott here from the gun. Short pass brought in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They're down 10 as they take over. We've got a 13-3 ball game. They're out and set. First and 10.
Ready? Ready?
A run here with Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Going to the ground again on first. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Here's a give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision, one they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
Unlock line! Cougar 19! Hey! Check go!
Handoff now to Robinson. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Ready?
A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he gets him around 6 there. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Play fake here. Daniels. Has it down close. Touchdown, Washington. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, they'll look for
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Here's Kavontae Turpin on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Throwing on first is Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
As the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Another throw for Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. All set up now for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break.
Here we go. Set. Buffalo 18.
A final throw before the break. Looking.
Damn, nigga, he got hit.
Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
It's sure to be an emotional moment But with 27 pro fights under his belt, Musayev is well equipped for battle under the bright lights when he meets Kyrgyzstan's Orlov.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break. We're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Get it!
Going right side, Robinson with it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He was looking for Terry McLaurin. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Let's go!
Now Daniels off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. And the Cowboys take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick.
Yeah, here we go!
Prescott set to pass. It's caught, Ferguson. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Dowdle. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Here we go!
Prescott to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys push their lead further to start the half.